So I'm sitting on my sofa, my new fancy big gigantic sofa, and I'm editing the video. I'm a little disappointed. It's like I think you could see things and then I'm looking at it and you can't. But the problem is, yet again, I don't have any more lampshades. I can't redo the video. So I am sorry. I promise I will get this tripod issue worked out. But I'm hoping that you'll at least get the gist of what we've done here today. It's just like, I'm not embarrassed. I just feel, I don't know, something. I'm feeling feelings. And so I want to apologize that you can't always really see what I'm doing in there, but yet I'm hoping it's inspirational and giving you plenty of ideas of things that you can create on your own. Please forgive me. It's funny. Do we want to call this a YouTube fail? Maybe we do. Maybe this is what we want to do. But I'm sorry. I love y'all. Just hang in there with me. I'm still new at this. It's really funny. Bye.
Hey guys! Welcome to Amelia B's Crafting Adventures. As usual, my glasses are falling down my face. I understand I can get some new glasses. So buy one, get one, and I'm going to do it. Get some glasses that actually fit me. I don't know. Maybe go for a completely different style. Holy, I dyed my hair from here down. It looks so much grayer, doesn't it? I love it. I'm embracing it. We got a project we're going to work on. Ain't going to be no instant gratification, but we're going to do it anyway. So I'll see you in just a minute. Well, we are going to do a project, but first and foremost, first and foremost, on an incredibly serious note, I want to thank all the Wuthering Cottage viewers for their support last night. I was a nervous wreck. My voice kept getting louder and louder. Like I said last night, I will continue to do what I got to do until Ariana's feeling better, and that is just the way it is. And if you're not aware of what's going on, you can go over to the Wuthering Cottage and look at our last live sale. I was so grateful to Rachel for helping out. She's always welcome. She's such a talented young lady. I was really grateful to her, and I was incredibly grateful to all of our subscribers at the Wuthering Cottage. It was a big deal. So enough said about that. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. We've been talking about it. I just hadn't done it. And there's a bunch of steps. So the first thing I did was, y'all know I do canning. So I have a canning jar. It's a quart jar. It's a mason. And on the interwebs, I was able to purchase this fixture that just screws onto here and then has a plug at the end, and I can plug it in and it becomes a lamp. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these little lampshades and we're going to paint them. We're going to do it. So I did one as an example because I needed to see. So here's one I did. I don't have a light bulb. I had one of those newfangled ones, but it didn't work. So I need to get a different light bulb. Can you see the little bees? I I just painted this, and it turned out really pretty. I used acrylic paint pens, and I'm going to show those to you in a minute. And then when I was done, I did my acrylic gloss that I use. It's a sealant. Jeez. And I did that. But the first thing I had to do was I had to use my gesso. What gesso is, what does it say? It's a Liquitex Basics acrylic gesso. You paint this on different mediums that you want to have a smoother surface on, right? I needed to do these lampshades, not necessarily because I needed a smoother surface, but because I didn't want my paint to bleed. And what that means is that if I paint, let's say, a leaf or something, I can't keep it within its boundaries. It's going to like spread out like watercolors. And I didn't want to do that. So I did another lampshade, and I probably put 3 coats of gesso on there to make sure that my paint wouldn't bleed. That's honestly all I did. If you remember, I got, I think this lampshade at the Goodwill for like, I think it was like 90 cents. And it was pristine. But then after I painted it with the gesso, which is just, it's white, that makes it look even more pristine. And then it has the kind of thing that fits over the light bulb. Here's the light bulb I was using, but I couldn't get this to click on it. I need to get a different light bulb. So it will work, which isn't a big deal. I just have to take the lampshade with me and go, I don't know, is there a thing? Do we call it light bulb shopping? Because that's what I'm going to do. So I took my big brush and I painted the gesso all the way around a number of times. You know, I let it dry. And then after it was dry, I did a second coat. And then after it was dry, I did a second coat. Then I took my little fancy, this poor mechanical pencil. It's what used to be a dollar store mechanical pencil. There is no eraser left or anything. I sketched out a design that I wanted on this, that I thought would be pretty. I got into the bees from the other one, and here's some little ladybugs. I think there's another little ladybug. I had it in my head. I believe this whole design is going to be kind of purpley bluey. I thought that would be pretty. And I just drew it out. Now, the other thing you can do is you can take a lampshade and just paper mache on it, right? You know, there's a lot of beautiful napkins. You can cut out the shapes of the napkins that you like, and you can use your glue and water and paint it on, and then maybe take paint and embellish it. Whatever you want, you know. I wouldn't use anything too flammable, right? It might be a problem. So that's how we get to the basics. No big deal. You know, again, none of this is a big deal. I will never bring you anything that I don't think that you can do. You may not do it the same way I do it. You may do it a different way. Think about this. You take one of your children's or your grandchildren's pictures that they drawn, and you could paper mache that onto a lampshade. That would be adorable. You could even take photos, right? That you've printed off, and you just kind of carefully peel the back of it off a little bit, and you have the photo, and you can put that on here and glue that down. I just wanted to really try to paint on one. I have never done it, and it was just a thing I wanted to do, and you all know how my brain is. Now, I could use my regular acrylic paints, but I was gifted from my friend Karen a set of these acrylic paint pens. Let me show you. These are fine tip, and they're lovely, and they come in all the different colors. So let's play with this and see how it goes and see if it works. It worked really well on the last one, but you never know, right? I did notice with these, I had one issue where the paint kind of blobbed up on one of my flowers, and I was horrified because I was almost done. But that was okay. I just let it dry. I let it dry really, really well, and then I went over it with the initial color. You can't even tell. It was one of these. One of these up here. You can't even tell. I want to show you too, if you can see all the details. You know, and then I went back after I painted it, and that's when I put in all my details. Just the little lines and the little highlights, and it makes a big difference, and we always talk about that. It gives it more depth, and it gives it just more interest. So I think that's what we're going to do today. I know we talked about doing the little slides, and we are going to do those. I just, with Ariana and what was going on with her, I got a little behind myself, but I'm absolutely caught up now. Life is good. We're going to do this, and yeah, let's get to painting. So one of the things I can do, and I just thought about it, is when I use these pens, and I'll show you, this is what they look like. And in order to get them to work, you have to sort of go up and down, and then you get a little bit of a blob of paint in there, and then the pen is primed and ready to go. But, you know, I can still use that paint in my palette here, and I'll just mix some other paint with it if I need to. And then I'll have paint for her highlights and stuff. So I'm going to take this green one, and I'm going to start painting some of my leaves. And I'll show you. See? It's good. It's not, the thing I was concerned about is that it was going to bleed through. And it's not. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to do all the leaves in the color that I want. I'm really glad I used the gesso. I'm really, 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 really glad. I think it made a huge difference. So this is what we've got done so far. I was thinking I would do these flowers here. I want them in purples and blues. So the blues I want, what do I want? By the way, these acrylic pens are called Z-E-Y-A-R, Zayer. Do you think this is too bright? I think that might be too bright. That's pretty bright too. Let's look. Well, they're actually all looking much, much brighter on the screen than what they look like in real life. I'm gonna try this one. Let's see. And let's look at this one. They're pretty similar. And then I want to get into some purplies. Purplies, purplies. What do you think? And we'll go with this. I think that's good. Let's start with it. And I'm going to prime my pen by pushing it down. Okay. And I'm going to not going to do every single one of these with this color. I'm going to just sort of spread it out, and that way we can make different colors. Now I do know at the top of each one of these is going to be a darker color. I'm just doing like every other one. I'm so happy with this gesso. And I'm noticing with these pens, I am going to have to push them down a little bit so I can get the paint to flow better. Go over here. I mean, this is just quiet work, right? And I think I told you all, there's just times I really like to paint and stuff. And let's do one over here. Okay. Go to the next one. I'm just kind of picking and choosing where I'm going here. There's seriously no science to it. It's just like, and it will look just like a bunch of whatever until I put the details in it. And that's about it. All right, let's see. Got one here. See, it doesn't look like anything yet, does it? It's really funny. And then I'll get this one here. All right. Let's go to our next purple. Go to this darker purple. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to prime it. I'm going to prime it. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in here and do some of my other little areas. So that's all I'm doing. I'm going to come down here and do one, and I'll show you what the idea will be. Just going to highlight some of these with the purple. And then I'm going to take that blue we talked about, this lighter blue. I'm going to prime it. Okay, it's primed. And I'm going to come into some of this area and add some blue. Again, it doesn't look like much, right? It just doesn't. So let me go ahead and I'll get all those done and then I'll come back. I'll see you in a minute. So, again, I know these just look like little silly blobs. They don't look like anything yet, but they will. You just have to be patient with me. And I realized what I didn't tell you is that I want it to be wisteria. You know how wisteria kind of falls down? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brown, make sure that's brown I like, and it is, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do all my branches. And I made sure that I had lots of little viney things. And I kind of really, since I drew this with pencil, I really want to try to stay on my lines because I think this would not be something I would be able to erase. Let's come up here, do a little squiggly, squiggly, and then this comes down here. And then up here we've got, so I'm just following my lines for my little stems and branches. Now, I've got part of the wisteria coming down, and I was wondering if I should do a different color for the branches. But as I'm working on it, my brain's telling me that I probably want to use the same color. I don't want to get into my little bee there. But I did draw this earlier today because you can see with all the painting, this is just going to take some time, right? So I'm going to come down here and make my little okay. And I wonder though, those could have been green too, but I think the brown will be okay. I think the brown will be okay. There we go. Get over here. Come down here. And I see a leaf I missed that I gotta go back and get. Come down here. We're almost done. Well, I guess I lied. There's 3 more. Again, I know it doesn't look like much. I hope this isn't going to disappoint you all. Ooh, uh-oh. See how my paint got thick there? I'm hoping that it'll soak into the gesso. All right. So basically, all we have left are the bees and the details. I'm going to go to a different purple. You know what? I'm going to go to a pink. Let's see what this pink is. This pink is, ooh, bubblegum pink. We won't be using that. What do we want to do? We'll go to a different purple. It's kind of a bluey purple. Perfect. And I'm gonna put a little dot on each one of my stems. Oh, we also have to do the ladybugs. Okay, I'm just doing that all the way around. I think that was a good color to use. Alexa's trying to tell me something. Sorry about that. So we got that detail done. So the next thing I want to do is I want to get a red one and do my little circles for my ladybugs. That is not red. And then after I do the red, I'll go in and put the black in that I need. I think the whole point of this is that you can do this. So up here is a little ladybug, and I'm just making a circle where her body's going to be, and then I'll go in with black, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. See, I'm just doing a little circle for where the little ladybug is, and then there should be another little ladybug right here, and I'm just doing the circle. So a ladybug, obviously, these are not going to be, I mean, you know, they're going to be cute, but they're not going to maybe look like a ladybug that you see outside, but they're going to give you the impression of a ladybug that you see outside. The next color we need is yellow, and that's for our bumblebees. I primed it. So I'm going to do every other section of the bumblebee yellow. And I want to do the one, for me, I want to do the one closest to his head or her head in yellow. That way, because the head will be black. And there should be another bumblebee here, right here. You can see how I drew that. That was very, very primitive little drawing. I'm going to do this in yellow and the next little section in yellow. Okay. We're getting there. We just have to let things dry for a little bit. And in here, I think I put my micro mini fine tip pen. So with this, I want to let the ladybugs dry for a little bit. But right here on my leaves, I'm just going to come up the middle and do some little veins. Just some little veins. And I'm going to go around the whole thing and do all of this. And I am not going to lie to you. It's going to take you a minute. But it's these little details that take it from looking like nothing into something a little bit more special. Okay? So I'll go down and around and do all of the little leaves with the veins, and then I'll be back and I'll show you. Okay, I went around and I put all the veins in the little leaves. And you can already see how much more dimension it already gives it. I see that there's another little bumblebee I missed. So I'm going to go ahead and get him going real quick. Right here. I think that I must have done 4 bumblebees. I didn't realize it. There we go. So with my fine, ultra fine, same marker I use, which I just love it. I put a little triangle on my little ladybug's butt. Then up here, I'm going to make a little like half circle. Just like that. And his little antennae, I'm just going to come up and draw the 2 little lines. Now I just need to draw a line that comes up like that. See? And I'm going to just make some little circles so it looks like a little ladybug. I'm not going to get carried away because this is so tiny. We have a little ladybug. And we have another one up here. And all I'm going to do is make a little triangle on the butt. Come up here and make my little half circle. Make a line that comes down. Draw my little circles. And then draw my antennae. That's it. We have a little ladybug. So then for my bees, I think what we're going to do first is I'm going to take my white acrylic or not. Okay, I got it primed. I'm going to do his wing. And this white is really interesting. It has almost like a little bit of blue to it. So it makes it look like it's transparent. And I'm going to try to find every other single bumblebee I've got on here. I apparently was feeling the little bumblebee mode today because I think I put 4 of them. But I don't hate it. I don't. I like them. And I think there's one more. Yep, one more. So we have 4. We have 4 bees on this. Okay, can you see? So I have to do detail on all the purple, and I have to finish up my bumblebees. So with the bumblebees, I'm going to do his little tail first. And then I'm going to do his little head. I thought, like with my kimono girls, when I did the butterflies on them, I could put glass beads on the antennae. I think it would hold up just fine. So there's a little bumblebee. Let's go to the next one and do his little tail. I promise I'm going to work on the tripod thing. I've bought 2 tripods now. And for some reason, I'm just not having the luck with them. I'm going to draw his little head. And give him his little antenna. There he is. We have 2 more to do. There's one down here. Again, I'm going to start with his little tail. This gesso really makes this a pleasure. It doesn't make it go faster. I mean, you know, but not everything has to be in a hurry, right? It's okay. I mean, the point is that you did it yourself and you made it. I mean, wouldn't this make a lovely gift? And I believe we have one more. And then we're going to get into more of our details. It's our last little bumblebee. So how do I want to do the details in the wisteria? Well, I'm going to take my black and I want to sort of go around my blue. I don't need to go around all the way, just sort of to give it the idea that there's a shape there. I'll go around some of the purple too. But one thing with the wisteria is that it has this like thing at the top, like a, you know, a, I don't know what I want to call it. Okay. I'm going to come over here and do this little guy. Just going around. You know, the top of the flower. We're just trying to give these more definition. I have lost my mind. I can't think of what that's called. This where the stem kind of is. Like in the wisteria is, it's just all these little petals kind of things. We'll call it a stem kind of thing. So all that blue that just looked like a big blob now has some structure to it, right? Right, well, let me do that and then we'll come back. There's still quite a bit more to do. Okay, I haven't talked a lot in this video. It's a really quiet video, but that's just how it has to be sometimes. I want to put some highlights on my wisteria. I'm going to the white and I'm just going to sort of make some little lines wherever I want. And again, the only reason we're doing that is to give it depth. Okay, so here's the one that I just did with the white. I did all my circles around. So here's the one with the white, giving it some depth. And here's one that doesn't have any depth. And I'm doing it. I'm giving it some depth. Makes a difference. See? Here's this one with some depth in it, and here's this one that doesn't have any. So let's do it, and then you can see. This won't take long. And then we have other things we have to do. I'm going to do some circles on this one. It just feels like it needs it. That's the thing, when you're doing it right, just go with what you think it needs. Go with your instinct, you know. And that's got it, that's got it. This one doesn't. I'm going to do my little whites, make some circles, I think. I think that I like that idea. Yeah, you know how it changes when you're doing it. Yeah, makes a difference. That one's done, that one's done, this one is not. Giving it some depth. You know how I feel about it. Such a beautiful day here in Georgia. The weather is fabulous. I have all the windows open. I have the screen door open. And that's it. Gives it some depth. Okay, I want it to have something else. I think of wisteria and it's purples and blues. Is there pink in wisteria? A little bright pink, maybe? As long as it's not bubble gummy. All of these paint pens. Well, maybe that's not bad. I'm going to do a little dot and see. Yeah, I don't like it. All right, let's try the brighter one. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. That is really going to make this so much better. So I'm going to go ahead and add these dots. Oh, this is making it. Then I'm going to come down here and make it come down a little bit. I may have to come down with a different color too, which is just fine with me. I'm going to bring this one down some more. Come over here. Yeah, this is the best thing I've done on this. And I know that it's hard to tell. This color's great. Okay, let's pick another color up. I think we should go back to the blue that we used. And then I'm just gonna, and I don't care if these colors get mixed up a little bit. I'm loving it. That's the fun thing about this stuff, is you can do it however you want. Just makes it come down more. It just gives it more of a not so formed kind of look. Okay. I think one more thing I want to do when we're done with this part. Yeah, that's much better. I want to just put some of my dots. But what color? What color dots? I'm going to go with that pink again. I love it. So it's becoming a little bit more whimsical, which I really like. All right. Less is more, right? That's it. That's it. We did it. So here's the first one that I did. And here's this one. Let's put it on the lamp and see. Well, I don't have a bulb, which is my fault. I think that's pretty. And I think what I'm going to do with this particular lampshade in this mason jar is I'm going to put some moss in the bottom. I'm going to get my fancy glass paint out, and I'm going to put a little ladybug on here and maybe a little bee on here, and I'm going to call that a day. I feel so bad that I don't have a light bulb that it would work. But let's turn this so you can see. I'm very happy with it. Now, obviously, when I put you guys on pause and I was going through and doing the things, you know, it took longer than obviously what this video is, because I paused it. I love that pink and the wisteria. And I think that made a real big difference. So that's our little painted lampshade. So we had a lampshade that I got I ordered some off of the Zon, and I got the one at the thrift store for, I think it was like 90 cents. The gesso I have because, I mean, the things I do, right? It makes a good, I was so worried that my paint was going to bleed. And I really didn't want that to happen. So that was when I decided, you know, I think about these things. It's not like I just whip it out, right? I'll use the gesso, and I'll put a few layers of it on. And I think that was a really smart thing to do. And I just drew these out. It would have taken me, you know, quite a while to draw it out if I'm doing it on camera. So I just drew it out. So you can trace something on it. I mean, for goodness sakes, do it however you want to do it. I just like to draw. And I used what used to be a dollar store, sad but true, mechanical pencil. And I drew out my design. I used my Zeyar, Zeyar acrylic paint pens. How do I feel about them? I think they're okay. I mean, I think they definitely have their use. I think that for these fine tip ones, they did real good as far as putting the paint where I want it to go. I do think I prefer a paintbrush, and I think that if I do this again, I would use a paintbrush, you know, one of my very fine tip paintbrushes. I mean, I'm not disappointed in this, but I just like the feel of a paintbrush in my hand. So they're good. They're okay. They definitely have their uses. I am thrilled with the little bee and the little ladybug. I'm thrilled just with the whole experience. Now tomorrow, I'm just going to put this aside and let it dry real quick. I'm just going to let it dry. I mean, it's probably already pretty dry, but I want to give it a day. And then I'll go ahead and I'll put my acrylic varnish on it just to make sure. I mean, if I have a lamp, I'm going to dust it, right? You know, a lampshade, you know, you want to wipe it off and stuff. And I don't want to do that and then have the paint smear just in case. But you can see the detail. I think it needs a little bit more detail, but you get the idea. So there it is. We did it. We went and done it. We went and done it. So we got a couple of videos for sure coming up. One, I'm going to show you how to make your own homemade mustard. Exciting but true. I'm going to plant seeds this weekend in my little pots that we did. I'm very excited about that. And we're going to do the little bunny and slide things. Today I was working on Amelia bees and some of my little wooden ornament things. And I'm working on some special little mushroom dolls. I know. They're so cute. Can't show you yet. I want to wait till it's done. But they're going to be stinking cute. So, but I told you we were going to do this, and we did it. I know I was so quiet through it, but you know, when you're concentrating, you know, these supplies, you know, we don't want to mess them up, right? We want to keep them and use them properly. I didn't want to mess it up. I don't know. So tomorrow is going to be a big mushroom doll day around here. And I'm excited about it. And I will varnish the lampshade. I will try and get a light bulb tomorrow. And I'll post a picture of it, the little lamps with the lampshade, on the Instagram. Kathleen Ann at the Instagram. I adore you guys. I'm so thankful for you. I'm thankful for the Amelia B's Crafting Adventure subscribers. I am grateful to the Withering Cottage subscribers. You guys mean the world to me and to Ariana. I know you know it's been it's just kind of a crazy difficult month with her health and my health. I feel really good today. A little tired. I can't get over how much grayer my hair looks, and I'm kind of digging it, y'all. But y'all just mean the world. You know that, and your patience and grace have just been overwhelming. And I just wanted you to know that. You know, you just need to know it. You're just so important to me. But I think if you know me, you know that you know that. But just in case you didn't, I figured I'd tell you. So I want y'all to have a good weekend. We're going to do some homemade mustard coming up, because I just think everybody should know how to make really good homemade mustard. It's a thing. It's just a thing. And then we're going to do our little microscope slides. Here, I've got them right here. Whoa, everything I piled up there because I had the desk covered. Yeah, we're going to do... Someone suggested... I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Turning these into a wind chime. I don't know. I don't know. But I got a little Sizzix thing here. Let me show you. It's a little envelope with flowers. And I thought, wouldn't that be cute? And then I can tuck these in with a little duckling and a little bunny and I don't know, something else, that just have it tucked in with all of this. I thought that would be cute. So that's what I was thinking about trying to do with y'all. So buckle up, get your Sizzix ready. Know I appreciate you more than you know and more than you think. And I'll see you Tuesday night, if not sooner, because you never know, I could do the mustard video over the weekend. And you be careful out there. Stay safe, stay warm. Put your air conditioning on if you need to do that. Have a little beverage. Have a little adult beverage if you want. I don't know. Do what you want. You're all grown. I love y'all. Be careful out there. Bye.